Somerset had a few wobbles on the last day of their LV County Championship match with Durham in Taunton, but a career best innings from Alex Barrow eventually ensured that the match was drawn. That result looked inevitable at the start of the final day, with Somerset resuming their second innings on 7 without loss and trailing by only 28 runs on what was still a good batting surface. It seemed that this day would be all about scoring easy runs, and early on Marcus Trescothick and Nick Compton confirmed that view. But the first wobble occurred after half an hour when Compton, adding only 18 to his first innings century, pulled a short ball from Mark Wood but could only find Ryan Buckley at long leg. 4 overs later and he was followed back to the pavilion by Trescothick, who on 25 and after making a start again, once more failed to go on as he was bowled around his legs on the sweep by Scott Borthwick. Aril Sapaya then half drove to a perfectly placed Borthwick right on the edge of the strip, Buckley with the wicket, and when James Hildreth was the 4th man to fall in the space of 14 overs, edging Borthwick to Will Smith, Somerset were in danger of losing. Borthwick was starting to cause serious problems and he had Dean Elgar dropped by Ben Stokes at leg slip before lunch. Thankfully, as far as the home side were concerned, Elgar and Barrow were able to add what turned out to be a crucial 56 runs for the 5th wicket, using up 17 overs in doing so. They increased their side's lead from only 44 to 100. But that was still effectively 100 for 5 when Elgar nicked Wood to Borthwick, who was having quite a day in the field. And incredibly, Somerset may well have lost this match when moments later Peter Trigo was unsure whether to run or not. He was miles out had the throw from point to the non-striker's end hit the stumps. As it was, both Trigo and Barrow began to bat their side into a position of safety, some relief for a Somerset side which simply can't put together 2 or 3 days of good cricket in a row. They are having their moments, but the good times have been equalled or indeed even bettered by the bad ones in recent weeks. This morning and the first 20 minutes of the afternoon session was certainly in the bad category, but these two were now recovering this situation. The man who really starred for Somerset was the 21-year-old Barrow, who was only in this side because of Joss Butler being with England and because of an injury to Craig Kieswetter. Barrow certainly didn't bat like those two, but his 50, only the second of his first-class career, was as important here as anything that they may have mustered. It had come off 103 balls. The importance of it was heightened further when Trigo, on a 38 which had used up an hour and a half, was LBW to Stokes with his side leading by 185 with around 30 overs of the day remaining. Durham have been here before this season. They chased down a similar target in 21 overs at Trent Bridge, but even they must have doubted they could win, even after Craig Mishade and Nick Graham Onions behind just before tea. By the time that George Dockrell was bowled by Onions, the draw was just about a formality, although Barrow confirmed that by passing his previous best first-class score of 69 before the captains shook hands on the result. Barrow ended unbeaten on 83 out of his side's 266 for 8, a fine effort from the youngster. Both teams had to make do with 9 points, which keeps Durham amongst the leading group of 4, just 12.5 points behind leaders Sussex, while Somerset may well find themselves in the bottom 2 after Surrey have their game in hand at Sussex this week.